Hi, good day, everyone. I trust my screen is visible to you and I'm audible clearly. Is it possible to use the reactions to state if in case I'm audible clear? That's great. Thanks for the information. So very good evening, very good day to all of you. So today we are going to talk about how we can use in the Microsoft Copilot in our day-to-day routine lives and enhance in our daily productivity. To begin with, let me introduce myself quickly. Myself, Vivek Trivedi, and I'm a Microsoft certified trainer from last 11 plus years. Had been into IT industry for more than 24 years. And this is our first session on understanding the Copilot and how Copilot can be useful to the organizations. So we all know that we are occupied every day, and there are so many things that need to be taken care. We have to work upon multiple aspects, taking care of our emails, taking care of our daily uh, task, taking care of daily reports management. So many things are there where our productivity time is lost, where we lose the time for our productivity. So this is a session where we are going to do in an understanding how this productivity can be enhanced by the help of our Copilot services available. So Copilot is what? Copilot is a Microsoft tool which facilitates the members, which facilitates the organizations and the teams to understand how the productivity could be enhanced, how it can be used in for making in our routine jobs much easier. So we'll be talking about the understanding of Copilot. So what is Copilot and why it matters? How Copilot works behind the scenes, different places where we can utilize in Copilot, using Copilot in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, the daily M365 applications, as well as using Copilot as per the different roles, understanding the security and privacy aspects. When we are talking about the Copilot there, how our data is prevented, how data is secured, and understanding in the change management. Then we'll talk about some quick questions. And at the end of the session, we will have our Q&A where you can ask in your questions. In the meantime, you are free to drop your questions on the chat, as well as you can drop the questions onto the Q&A environment. In the meantime, any questions you have, feel free to drop on the chat. So what is Copilot? Copilot is a generative AI tool that has been provided to us by the Microsoft. And this Copilot tool, it's a generative AI tool which is available to anyone who is having in a Microsoft 365 business or enterprise license. So if you are having a license of Microsoft Business Premium, if you have a business premium license, if you have a business standard license, or if in case you have an enterprise E3 or an enterprise E5 license, then you all have access to Microsoft Copilot. Even if in case you are having in the Microsoft personal license, or Microsoft Family license, in both the cases, you will be able to have access to the Copilot chat, which is available to everyone who has a paid license of Microsoft tools. Not only that, even if in case you are having a personal account on Microsoft, not a paid one, is still you will be having access to the Microsoft Copilot chat available to you. So Copilot chat is one functionality that facilitates everyone to take in the leverage and the power of Microsoft Copilot there. So Microsoft Copilot facilitates all of us, anyone who is using in the Microsoft account, whether at a personal level or at a professional level, in all the cases, you have the flexibilities to utilize Copilot in your day-to-day routines. Now, what I can do, if I'm talking about as an individual user, if I'm talking about as a person, as an individual not working in any organization, then in that case, this Copilot can help me plan so many things for our environment. Like I can plan my vacations, I can plan my next level of studies, or if in case required, we can also utilize in the Copilot to do in our side gigs preparation there. Copilot helps us in taking care of all of those things there. So how we can access the Copilot? There are multiple ways in which Copilot can be accessed. One is using in the web-based interface. Second option is we can use Copilot by utilizing in the Copilot application, which is hosted on your Windows machine or on your Mac machine or on your iPhone or on your Android phone. You can use Copilot from the applications. And if in case you are working at an organization level, then in that case, Copilot can be used in with directly in your organizational account and all the Microsoft 365 services that are available there. So why to use Copilot? What is the benefit of using Copilot? The first benefit that we have for Copilot is it simplifies. Another important point, always remember that Copilot is what? It is your assistant. It is your co-pilot. It's not the main decision maker. The main decisions are to be done by us. The human is the main governing factor. The human is the one who is going to manage the things like there. So it's not the co-pilot, it's not the generative AI solution, which is taking the decisions on our behalf, but we are the one who is ultimately taking the decisions. So everything that you are going to do will be handled. Copilot will be helping you to do the jobs. Copilot will be assisting you in doing the operations, but it is not actually doing the things for you unless or until you have not built a autonomous agent by using Copilot Studio or Azure Foundry or a declarative agent in the Copilot chat that can do the task on your behalf or with your own permissions there. So here, when we are talking about Copilot, like I said, that this is a generative AI assistant. So every generative AI assistant or every generative AI solution works upon something which we call up as a language model. Language models are the services or language models. These are the set of programs. These are the set of applications that are built by the organizations or that are built by the providers to store data. These are the services. Every language model that you are using. So language model is going to have, what do you say, the details, a large training data. If the language model is being trained upon a large volume of data, on a large volume of information, we simply call it up as a large language model. I'm talking in very layman terms. I'm not going into the technicalities like how language models are built and how things happen. Every generative AI solution, what you are using, that generative AI solution is going to use in simply a language model at the back end. And this language model will be facilitating. What it is facilitating? It is facilitating your interaction with the assistant in a human-like language. Now, that language could be English, or that language could be the globally spoken 13 languages there. Slowly, more and more languages are being added. But as of now, we can say the 13 globally spoken languages are the ones through which we can interact with our digital assistant. And this digital assistant provided by Microsoft is something which we call up as the Copilot. Why Copilot? Because this is like a plane. When a plane is taking off, or when a plane is landing, or it is cruising, it is always under the command of the main captain. So main captain is the one who is taking care of your co-pilot. Main captain is the one which is leading the plane, whereas the assistant or the co-pilot is facilitating or is helping the main captain in cruising. The same way here, the co-pilot is helping us, the humans is helping us, the people, in doing in our services or in doing in our day-to-day routine jobs in a simplified format. Okay. So when you talk about the co-pilot, what we are talking about is we are talking about an assistant which is available to us to simplify our works, ease out our jobs in terms of daily routines as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, the things where most of the organizational members or most of the team members, they contribute or they spend their time. Similarly, Copilot, when we are talking in context to a company, when we are talking in context to an organization, it also helps you to get the things sorted, get the things managed from within your Copilot chat as well as the cross-app conversations. What these cross-app conversations is like grounding the information. Grounding is from where the Copilot is going to have the source, from where Copilot is going to have the information. So that information is easily managed, that information is easily handled by the help of Copilot environment. So Copilot, in all, when we are referring in, this is a simple tool integrated within your M365 environment. When I say M365, I'm not just talking about the Word, Excel, PowerPoint. I'm talking about everything that comes under the umbrella of Microsoft 365 ecosystem, which covers in the Dynamics also, which covers the Power Platform also, which covers the Fabric also, which covers in the business intelligence environment also, as well as now you have Windows 365 environments that also integrates with Copilot, and the new models of Copilot are there that allows at an organization level to even permit you to do in the Windows level automations or the operating system level automations by the help of Copilot environment. So you can now even create in the agents in Copilot that can automate the Windows jobs, that can automate in the operating system level jobs on the Microsoft OS. So Copilot is covered across the whole Microsoft 365 ecosystem, not just limited to Word, Excel, PowerPoint environment. You can find Copilot, you can take the leverage of Copilot in Power BI, you can take the leverage of Copilot in Fabric, you can take the leverage of Copilot in your Dynamics environment. You can take leverage of Copilot in developing, managing, automating things using the Power Automate scenario. You can use in Copilot in working with developing your no-code, low-code applications on Microsoft model-driven applications, Canvas applications. You can even utilize in Copilot when you are working with your Dynamics 365 in finance, in business, in central control, everywhere you can utilize in Copilot. So Copilot is available as an assistant in the entire Microsoft 365 ecosystem there. Okay. So Copilot this is a time where you are going to utilize it. So let's see quickly how we can use the Copilot in our day-to-day tools. First option, where you are managing and maintaining in the different versions of documents. You can simply ask Copilot to maintain. If there is a large complex document and we want that large complex document to be simplified, let's start with a very basic understanding of how Copilot, not much talks. Let's get directly into our action. So this is where I'm firstly starting Copilot utilization at the web browser level, the first application where Copilot can be useful to us. Okay. So let's say, for example, here I am searching for something. Microsoft has recently launched new courses. So there is a new course coming called up as a course DP 800. So which we say that this is a course going to be preparing for uh, professionals to design and develop applications. So I want that when this particular course is launched, I want more information on it, what this course is, how it is going to work, what things will be there. So there is this course and the information about course is coming from Microsoft. Okay. So I just went into the Microsoft page, which is from the Microsoft Learn. Now there are so many things coming in here in this course. This course is having so many informations. One option is when I have to get the details, I have to get into the understanding like what this course is doing is, or what set of information is available in this course. I may have to, what as a human I have to do, I have to go through, look in all the exams, all the points, all the links. I need to do an exploration on my own. So let's say where Copilot is going to be helpful to us. I will just simply, because I'm working in the Edge browser. So in Edge, you have something called up as a Copilot chat assistant available to you. You are working on a website, you are doing in some research, you are doing in some data exploration, and there are pages open. You want to get more information. This is where I will just simply launch the Copilot chat. And now I see there are some suggested prompts available to us. And what these suggested prompts are doing, we have what skills the exam require. Okay, create a summary of this page, or simply summarize my browsing history on Microsoft AI courses. Not just this particular course, whatever browsing history I have done on the Microsoft AI courses, it can simply summarize all that for me. Let's say, for example, I just simply say that what are the skills required? And this is giving me the clear understanding of what skills are here, what are the things in a bullet points, and this information is presented to us. So I got all this info directly in a bullet point format. Even if I say that, okay, I do not give me this much level of detailed information, just highlight the main takeaways from this course for an SQL developer in 3 points. I do not want to get in the whole details. I still do not want to read the whole page. That's where what I can do is I can simply ask it, and it has summarized the things in 3 basic points for me. Just 3 bullet points. And now, even if in case you want, you can export this information into a Word, Excel, or other format. Mainly, let's say, export this into a Word document. And Copilot being capable of, if I'm signed in with my organization account, definitely it can export it and place it into my OneDrive for Business. It can access the data from my OneDrive for Business there. And here, see, simply it is exporting, planning the words, take away, and you are getting in the job done. No license, nothing. No special investment. You have your Windows machine, you have your Linux machine, you have your Mac machine. All you require is just an Edge browser. Even I'm not signed into this, and directly it is showing me the details. So that's at a very basic level, you can take in the advantage of Copilot, where I'm just doing in some research, I'm doing in some information validation, and Copilot is facilitating me to do the things here. Isn't it cool? When in case, so you'll say that, hey Vivek, what's new in that? I can do the same things using ChatGPT engines, or I can add in the extensions in Chrome or other browsers, and that will also do. Yes, you can do by adding in the extensions, but here there is no extension required. You don't have to add any extension. You don't have to extend your controls. And this is something which maybe The extensions are disabled when you are working into a corporate environment. You are not allowed to add any extension in your web browser. Your IT administrator blocks you from doing any such thing. This is where this edge-enabled Copilot functionality facilitates you to work on your organization data as well from the web search, and directly you can export the things into different formats. That's the first point where we can utilize in Copilot. Okay, this is a simple embedded experience, and here you can check in what all chats I have done in the past, as well as you can imagine it by creating in the images, plus do in the task preview. This is a preview feature that has been added where you can just add in the task here, create in your task from within the web browser itself. No need to go into any application or anything there. That's one point. Let me close this. Where I can utilize in summarization of long documents. So we just saw a summarization of a whole web page, not just a page, but every connected link also from that page. We did in a quick summarization through that. Another example. Let's do one thing. This time I'm going to use in my Chrome browser. And when we are in our Chrome, let's say I went to search in here for Microsoft Copilot privacy policy. Okay. And here, this created in a huge document. So this is a page where Microsoft is showing everything about the privacy policy, what things to be done, what is the history, how things to be done, relevant to the Copilot management. That's a very huge document. Plus, there are multiple links about the privacy in this format, that format, so many details on here. I do not have time to read all these talks. All I did is I just downloaded this PDF file. I asked Microsoft to give me the PDF. Okay, because I'm going to use, I have an assistant and I will use that assistant to help me with this document. Notice how many pages we have, 1511, approx 1511 pages are here. I'll just simply download this, store it on my local machine and save. Once we got this data, now I'm going in to our Copilot. Now this time I'm going to sign in with my organizational account. So when I'm signed in with my organization account, you can notice something that I'm working on Copilot with a premium license. Even if in case you have a basic Copilot license, still you will be able to do the same job. Even not just a organization license, if you are working on copilot.microsoft.com, which is available for everyone. Notice here, I'm just a guest. If I upload the same file, the Copilot data analysis, the Copilot control that we added, this file, still I will be able to work on that data set there. Notice here when I'm working up with this Copilot, I got this file, open. What it says, in your limited restriction in a generic environment, copilot.microsoft.com, you can upload the files, you can upload the data and even ask questions on that data. But the limitation is you cannot have a file more than 50 MB because here there is no organization policy here in this. This is just a free version. So in free version, you have some limitations. You can do the things, you can create chats, tasks, projects, everything, but there are limitations. Whereas when I'm working with an organizational account here, which is a premium one, and you can notice some things are different in this case. What things are different? Let me just add it to a split view so that we can have a side-by-side comparison. First thing, here you see I am getting in this enterprise data protection. So when you are signed in with an organization account, you are already having in the entire protection, services, security, safety as per your organizational policies applied on here. First benefit. So question that comes in like, okay, if I'm using in the GPT or I'm using in the generally available generative AI solutions, so how Copilot is different from them? Copilot automatically integrates with your organization data protection policies. Whatever is the enterprise data protection configuration, you have a semantic protection, you have an endpoint DLP, or if in case you are having in the configuration associated with ForgeRock, any kind of data protection solution is there, whether it is a Kaspersky data protection, whether in case it's a semantic data protection, or if in case you are using in any other DLP solution, not just the Microsoft Purview, you are using any kind of DLP solution, your data is already protected here. How? This is an enterprise protection shield, which enforces whatever is your organization style of data protection. That data protection is integrated in Copilot when I'm signed in with an organization account. Whereas when I'm signed in with a basic user, when in case I'm signed in with a generic user, I do not have that. And this is where the copilot.microsoft.com, which is limited, provides you all the functionalities, but in limitations. Like here, when I try to upload this particular file, the Microsoft Copilot datasets, this is giving me a limitation that 50 MB or less file is permitted. But when I'm going the same thing, upload image or file, and I select the same file in this case, notice it is automatically updated. So this file is going on where? This is going to be stored automatically in your own OneDrive for Business, a part of your SharePoint environment, a part of your SharePoint documents, referred up as your personal SharePoint documents there. So what it did is, this information which you shared, this information which you updated, this has gone to your organization's OneDrive for Business environment. Protected, secured data protection environment, data protection configuration, everything is added on here. Whereas when you are using it freely, when you are using it without any license, you are just trying to interact just like you do with the Chat GPT. Here it is, some limitations are here. Second thing, if your organization permits you, if your IT administrator has allowed you to use in this, you can start dictation and you can converse with Copilot. Not like we do in the general on the ChatGPT or Gemini or another scenario. I can directly communicate, not just limited to the generic thing, but about my organization data. At an organization level, you can talk to Copilot. So here we just shared a file which is about the Copilot security and other policies. We obtained directly from the Microsoft Learn, and I just uploaded this file in here. Now I'm going to ask some questions to you. So what I'll do is I'll say start dictation. Allow this time. Refer this file and help me with how Copilot protects my data in enterprise scenarios. What are the DLP and data exfiltration restrictions enforced by default in Copilot 365 chat when working with an enterprise account? What we did is we just simply asked him, and I don't have to type. No need to type. I'm directly using in the Copilot with the Copilot voice option. So, but this is something which your IT administrator should have enabled. You all also would be having in the Copilot license, but notice you might see something different here. I'm using in the Work IQ. So Work IQ is something which is as of now available only in the tech preview with limited organizations, would be available after 17th of June in general availability. So this is as of now not available in the general availability, but it will be after 17th of June. So if you do not see this Work IQ option there, no worries. It may be available after 17 June to your organization also. As of now, Work IQ is limited to selective organizations. And now if I see in here, this has very clearly given me the details about how enterprise data protection happens, how enterprise data management happens, and everything from within the Copilot environment. I am just on the M365 cloud, the Copilot chat. And from Copilot chat, we are getting in the built-in DLP, we are getting everything, all questions that I had about the data exfiltration, about data protection, what is enforced, what is not enforced, it is enabled here. Okay, and you got in a quick question. because it knows that I am a Microsoft certified trainer and my account I use in the MCT level things. It is also giving me a quick reference based on my interaction style that, okay, a trainer script for Copilot security discussion, very useful. You can just generate in here. Further follow up. I got one answer, that's okay, but I can further go on in a follow up, explain how admins can monitor and restrict Copilot. I further go in and ask another question. And this is where the enterprise protection for the security admins for the peoples is coming in here. So I want that details. Okay, how admins monitor and usage. This is where you are getting in the further more details. Simplify monitoring, anything. Till now, it is just simple. I am chatting. Now comes the magic of Copilot here. Now, what is that magic of Copilot? You have an interaction with the data. You have an interaction with the things. And after your brainstorming, after your discussion, exploration, and things have happened, you feel that you are now on a page where you can share this information, or you want the inputs from people in your organization to contribute here. So that's a point where you can just simply click on these three dots, and there, if you want to get this read out loud, simply using this option, read aloud, and it will read up whatever it has searched, the result back to you. Another thing, I have an option where I can just simply add it to pages. Copilot pages is something which we were earlier knowing up by the name as Microsoft Loop components. So here we are not just using in the loop component, we are going to utilize it for collaborating with members within our organization. And recently, with your work IQ, Microsoft has added in some additional permission where you can use in this Copilot chat pages or Microsoft Loop components with people outside your organization also, not just limited to the organization. Even you can include, or you can make in an invite to consultants outside your company. You can ask consultants to work on this data and share their contributions. But that external sharing is as of now limited only to the organizations with premium licenses. If you are not having a premium license, might be you will not be able to share it outside the company. But as of now, if in case, see here, audit logs, visibility. So this is a point where regarding the Microsoft Purview. So I have another person in my organization, and where I want to see the inputs from DLP admin or the data loss prevention administrator from my company to share his or her inputs here. So that's a point where I can explicitly say, hey, at the rate, and now I can give the name of the person from my organizations whose inputs I want to receive here. So that's where I'll say that, hey, at the rate, I just gave in the name of another person from my company, and I'm saying that please review the below information if it aligns with our company requirements. And that's a point. Notice, as of now, this I am just tagging the person, but the person has not yet received the whole input. As well as I can say that another person also, I can bring in one more person to follow in on this requirement at the rate. I'll say that Vivek, and that's time I'm making a call to the person. And I say that, okay, see if I'll say that, check if we can use it. You notice both of them are presently coming up with a squiggly line. Why? As of now, we have just tagged the people, but the people are not yet notified about it, that they have to contribute. So all I need to do is I need to click on the person's name, and then we have to just simply send a notification. I have to say that share and notify. So the moment I said share and notify, now both the members got notification about it. And where this notification has gone, this notification has simply gone in the inbox of the given person. All I'll do is I'll just simply sign in on outlook.office365.com to the corporate environment. So I'm using in the corporate accounts. And all I need to do is I need to just sign in with the given user account. And when I sign in with the given user account, you notice it has taken me to that respective point. We will turn off the Copilot, and here you see, allow this time referrer file. Let me just keep it here and bring this one outside to see if we can review the thing side by side. So that's where we have our Copilot one page open. And this is where we have our Outlook. And I have been invited to contribute on here. So Vivek Trivedi was invited. We just say that. Notice this is check if we can use. Now see the magic that happens, a real-time collaboration. And how that real-time collaboration is happening here? The real-time collaboration, I am typing in my own inbox and see the same gets reflected where the brainstorming session, where the Copilot conversations are happening on that. So that's a point where I'll say that, okay, check and yes. Hey, thanks for inviting me and work on this. You notice something I am doing in here in my note, in my Outlook. I'm working directly in the Outlook, and from Outlook, the same is getting reflected here. This is a real-time collaboration. You do not require any Teams meeting. You do not require any kind of offline brainstorming. You can just tag people and they can contribute the things to your discussions. So when we are having in the organizational level discussions, we can directly handle these discussions in here. And this is where all you need is you need to just tag the person. And how you do that? You just simply hit @ and you get in the listing of the usernames with whom you want to communicate. That's as simple as it is here. That's very quick conversation. And we got in the things from where we handled everything directly from the web browser here. And once all the discussion, everything is done, now you have an option. You can click on this and convert it into a Word document directly from here. I'm not even going into the Microsoft Word. Directly from within your Copilot chat, once your draft is done, once everything has been properly configured, you can convert it into a Word document. And now if I click, I go directly to the Microsoft Word here. You have the document. You have everything ready. All I have to do is if further I need more details from here, I can talk to this document. You see that this is a 5-page document created automatically by Copilot for us. We did a discussion. We talked to Copilot. Copilot gave me some inputs. We had some back and forth communication. And now Copilot is having in this document ready for us. Further, if you come in here in the Copilot chat environment within the Microsoft Word. So now we have Copilot chat inside Word where I can use in to suggest ways to improve. There are some suggested prompts coming for us. There are some more options. These are all the suggested prompts. I can create a frequently asked documents, FAQ based on this document, the pros and cons of the different project files, suggest me engaging for a title for this description, or further, if I have to only do the questions, like this is a large request for proposal document. This is a large proposal document from XYZ company. And I need to talk in detail from that document. I need to fetch more details from that document. That's where I do not want to make any changes. I just want to get the information from here. So this is where in the chat only mode, I can simply click here and say that, hey, what's the most important thing for an administrator to focus? And I need to just simply do this. So here it's talking to what? It's talking to this document on your left-hand side. The document, the page, what you have, it is just simply talking to that page and from that page giving you this information. All we did is now when we are in the chat mode, we are interacting with the document. And here at the bottom, if you see, you got the source From where the source is? The source is from this particular document only. It has not gone to internet. It has not gone to the World Wide Web. All it did is it fetched this information directly from the document which you have opened. So think of a scenario. This is a 100-page document. This is a 1500 pages document. I do not have the time. I do not have the time to go into that document totally, or I do not have time to invest in reading that whole. I can quickly summarize it. I can get in the more details. Notice the point here, the most important thing that I want to show. Here, if you see here, it says that if you want, I can turn this, the information that you have just now gained, that you have extracted from here, turn this into a one slide visual admin priority model. If you want, it can explicitly give in. Okay, one slide. Further, summarize key admin focus points for training. Okay, explain how DLP policies protect the data. So we can work on in here. If I say that explain how DLP policies, this is where it is going to give me the more details upon how it is helping me to protect that data. See here, it is now giving me the financial protections, data control protection, and DLP restrictions, stop unsafe, everything is added. So we got this information where it has explicitly helped me get more details. And from where all these details are coming in, the details are all targeted towards the document that we have here. It is giving me all the details from this document. What more do I need? Now, if you want further more changes to happen, you want some more information to be added in the document here, that's where you can hit enter. And now you can say, in spite of chat mode, I'll go into the agent mode. So previously this was called up as agentic mode. Now we simply call it up as the edit mode. So now in edit mode, we can explicitly I can say that give at a tabular reference for a new journey to focus on key data protection policies and do's and don'ts. At the end of table as a cheat sheet. This is where you are asking Copilot as an agent, you are asking Copilot as a reference. So here it is your assistant. You are just giving your assistant the instruction, and assistant is making changes into your Word document directly. And this is a quick cheat sheet that is generated. So here you got in the new joinee data protection reference. Someone has joined your company. You want to give him in the information about it. It said that what is DLP means, what sensitivity level, what access permission, what SharePoint OneDrive restriction, all that information came in. And what are the things the person has to do? What are the things the person does not have to do? We got in a quick reference. If you feel that everything is correct, I can just simply keep it here. So this facilitates me to save that information. Once data is done, you are done with the interaction. You can just simply close this Copilot from here and change this title. I'll say that Copilot ref doc from demo. I hit enter. Notice it is automatically saved into my OneDrive for Business account. This information is saved in OneDrive for Business, and it is going to maintain this document here. Now comes in the most amazing feature of Copilot. We did a chat, we did a discussion, and from this discussion itself, we got in a Word document ready. And now what I'll do is I'll go directly from here to the PowerPoint. And in this PowerPoint, I'll first step, I'm going to sign in with my organization credentials. Once I sign in with my organization credentials, you now have access to everything that is available in your organization reference. We use Copilot, get the information, collect the information. Then after collecting the information, second thing that we did is we created a Word document from that. We use in the Copilot pages to collaborate with the n number of people from organization. After collaboration, once that collaboration is done, next step that we did is we got the document ready. In that document, we did further more questionnaires, we added in some information, and now that is here. So here I have an option. I'll say that create with Copilot. Now I'm going to create a new presentation wherein also I'm not going to do anything of my own. I'm just simply I'm putting my assistant to work. And where this assistant will do that, I'll say that create a branded presentation based on company brand style on the document that we have just now created, Copilot reference document from demo.docx, and target it for new joinees to my company. And we simply say that here, hit enter. And that's where this is going to ask me, because notice here, again, I am using in the same allow editing or chat only mode. So allow editing is a part of the work IQ scenario. So when I'm using in the work IQ, it's working with this allow editing option. If I want to simply ask the questions, that's where I'm having in the chat only. But at this point, all I did is I said that allow editing. And once I said allow editing, now it is asking me how many slides do you want in this presentation? First step. Your assistant, sir, how long the presentation should be? The same way, it is asking me as a digital assistant. 5 to 7 slides, 8 to 12 slides, 3 to 4 slides. I say 5 to 7. What is the type of approach? Friendly, professional, visual. I said that this is a professional and formal approach. What it should cover? New joinee sections only, admin controls overview only, or the full coverage. If because we had a large document, and from that large document, you want that this particular presentation be focused on what? So there are multiple sections. There is a new joinee section. There is an admin control section. Which section to be covered in this presentation? Based on the section that you target, the time that is going to create that presentation will vary. And here I say that go to the new joinee section only, confirm. So it's like interacting. That's a job of the work IQ mode. So in work IQ mode, all it is doing, it's just talking to me as if I am a human and a conversation is happening between the director and the assistant. So I'm just dictating, I'm just telling in the information, and it is providing me that details. Now it is asking me further, what should be the style of presentation, what format to be followed? I said dark navy, light gray, bold teal, charcoal, or warm white and gold polish. I said use in this one. Confirmed. Now the Copilot is when, and it is going to handle in its own things. It will keep on creating in the presentation. Till the time it is doing it, let's just see something more here. Okay. I'll take in a quick example from Excel, where we can use in Copilot in the Excel environment. Again, I'll use in sign in. We'll sign in with my organization credentials. And here, let's say I have a sheet which is about the different types of tea leaf quantity or the tea leaf quality exports happening from Sri Lanka. This is a dummy data. This is a faker data generated by Copilot itself. So I'm using this data set, which is having more than 5,000 records. Approx 5,000 records are here in this Excel file. And I want that this particular whole document, 5,000 records with different seals. So here, if you see, there's a region, there's a moisture level, dust quality, export destinations, buyer types, multiple details are in here. I need the Copilot to help me work on this document. I'll say that new. Here you have an option. You can select in which type of model to use in Anthropic Opus or GPT-5, which model to be consumed. I'll just select it. I'll say that use automatically. Now I'm doing what I'm asking. Again, here are 3 modes. When you come to Excel, there comes one more mode here, which is called up as planning. Because Excel is most of the times you are dealing with your financial data or you are dealing with something which is in formats that may be critical or that may be crucial to the organization. So I'm not directly editing it here. You have an option. Firstly, you can talk to the Copilot chat where it can give you insights about the document. You can get information about this document by using in this chat. So when I say chat to this document, okay, I'll say that analyze this document and help me find the top 3 export destinations. Notice in this case, I'm not making any changes to the document. All I'm doing is I'm just fetching. I'm talking again. I'm talking to the Excel sheet. I'm talking to data. This is where when you are talking to the data, it's going to show you the information from that talk. I'm communicating. I'm interacting with my Excel sheet, which is having a lot of information, and we are seeking the data. Here it says that I'm not able to access right now because the session to link, okay, help you once you upload it. This is where it says that, okay, I'll say that here is the file again, and you can give in the reference to your file. Because many times the session gets disconnected, session gets over. In this case, I'm chatting. When I say that in a mode, notice here, the work mode and the web mode. So we have the work, we have the web. When you say web, in this case, it is going to talk to the Microsoft Bing search and fetch information from internet. Whereas in this work mode, it is confined to your organizational data set only. So that's a point where it says that 5,000 plus transaction records are here, key business insights, revenue drivers, product mix trends, and geographical export spread. Now I want, it has simply done the analysis of document, and from that document analysis, show the 3 top export destinations by name. You just quickly got that details. You can even generate in the dashboard from this environment. You can create in the whole dashboard. The dashboard could be fetched. That's where you can use in the interactions with your Excel sheet, and the Excel sheet will be able to, from that Excel, you get in the more insights available here. We got in the top 3 locations, UK, Germany, China, and the quick insights about it here. Now, when in case you want to make some changes, I'll switch to the allow editing mode. And now I say that analyze this workbook and create a dashboard with revenue analysis in a new sheet. And that's where I'm expecting a new sheet to be created here in which it is going to have in a dashboard generated for us. So till the time it's generating the dashboard, let's just go back and see if our presentation got ready. So when you create in presentation, it definitely takes some time because it is doing an analysis, reading the whole document, analyzing the things from there, and then preparing in the talk. And in our case, the presentation is based upon this Copilot reference document that was again created by using in the Copilot. Okay, that's a cool thing. Till the time it is doing in the dashboard creation and presentation. Now let me just come up to something which is very amazing. I can use in the agents. I can use in the Copilot chat and create a agent through which I can ask questions. I can ask this agent to do things on my behalf. This agent I can even share in the Teams chat. This agent I can even use in Outlook, or I can use this even in any other M365 product just by simply using in @agent name, and I can talk to that agent. So first step here, what I'm going to do is I'm working in the work IQ mode. I will create a new chat environment. And at this point, I'm going in referring to another agent called up as prompt coach. First step, I'm going to add the work content. And this is where we see we have this Microsoft 365 Copilot document that we obtained from the Microsoft itself, referred it, and now I'm saying that help me generate a prompt to be used in Copilot based on this file. And what is that file name? The file name is here. To create an agent that shall help me interact with the security document and help me gain insights. I'm going to create an agent, but for that also, I'm not writing in anything. I'm not even writing the prompt on my own. I'm asking Copilot to write that prompt for me. I'm asking Copilot to write a prompt that I will use in to create in an agent in Copilot. It's something which we have the prompt coach. So prompt coach is a tool that allows you to refine your prompts as well as bring in all the requisites, bring in all the things that will be beneficial or that covers every single aspect of interaction here. So in this case, when I went in the Copilot prompt, the prompt coach has created any enhancements to be done for long answers, include a short summary at the top or any additional things. As of now, I'll just take in the initial draft and then we'll make the changes later on. I'll just copy this prompt here. I'll go back to the agents and now I'll create in a new agent here. This is the type of agent that I'm creating right now. This agent is called up as declarative agent. More descriptive and other agents, no code, low code agents. That's something which we create up into the Copilot Studio. So that's a discussion for some other day. As of now, I'm just taking in a brief agent creation here. Now, one option is I can use in a template, which is already available to me based on the license that I have, or I can use my own existing agents, or I can just simply describe the agent here. If I say skip, it will take me to configure manually the agent here. I do not want to manually configure. I just want to get the agent described. I'll just simply paste the prompt which we generated by using in the prompt coach. Hit enter. And your agent builder is now creating an agent for you based on the reference file which you have provided. Will be used in here. And by using that reference file, it is creating an agent. And that reference file for ourselves was associated to that Copilot security document which we have obtained from Microsoft. So we got that Microsoft security document from Microsoft Learn. Use that document to create our own Word cheat sheet, the key input points for the new executives. Then we use the same for creating in a presentation for us, the data protection guide. That presentation is also ready. We also used in the same for generating in this reference document. Then we went in and did a Copilot revenue dashboard generation using in Copilot environment. And here now we are creating what? An agent. An agent is ready. So you got in the instructions, the error handling, the guidance principles, the purpose of this agent. Now, from where this agent is going to have the reference to data. That's where you are going to provide in the name of a file. I'll just simply say that this is the file which we want to use in for reference in this agent. So when you are going to talk any questions, when you are going to ask this particular agent any query, the agent is going to respond on the basis of this particular document. Now, what are the capabilities? Can this agent create documents and charts? Yes. Can this agent create in the images? Yes. And these are the suggested prompts that are automatically generated for this agent. Once I feel that everything is okay, I'm just going to create it. And once the agent is created, now I can see till the time my agent is not shared, this is only private for me. That means when I sign in my environment, only I will be able to utilize it. But the moment I go and share this agent, This agent I can now specifically share with the people in my company, as well as I can make this available for anyone in this company. So within my organization, if I want the agent to be shared with anyone, I'm going to use in here. And that's where I'm going to apply, and the agent is now shared. So now anyone in my organization can use this link and talk to the agent. I can ask this agent to be added in Teams communications. I can add this agent in my any of the M365 applications for reference. I'll just close it, update it, and now the agent is done. So how we are going to work with this agent now, this newly created agent? I'll just go to this agent now. Or in future, let's say I close this. The chat is done. That chat session is closed. Here you have the revenue dashboard generated for you. Here you have the revenue analysis generated for you. This is all happening with your Copilot. And at this point, let me just launch in that M365 session once more. And this is a point. Now you will go to your agents, and in the search with the agent that you just created, the Microsoft 365 Copilot search, that agent is now here. And these prompts which you see, this is called up as a prompt gallery or the suggested prompts. When we were creating, we created only 6 suggested prompts. Those 6 suggested prompts are available to us. As well as if I look up at the bottom, the prompt gallery, you can see in all the prompts that are associated with this. So prompt topics and the agent prompts. From where? From this particular Copilot. So one is you can write your own question, or I can simply use any one of that. Copilot versus Copilot chat, hit enter, and the agent is going to help me understand that respective document. So the answer is coming from where? It is not going to talk to the internet. The answer is coming from that particular file which we have associated here. So that single file is now giving me that whole information, security control, this whole details, and a summary table at the end where it is giving me the total details. If you require, you can just simply see that what is the source of this data. The source is that single file. The information is not coming from internet. The information is controlled to your organizational data. So this is a quick declarative agent we created. I can also now get in map controls to E3 versus E5 licensing. What are the detailed risks? And from this agent, because we said that this agent can create Word, Excel, PowerPoint, this agent can create images. You can generate in the images and other things also from here using this agent itself. So if I have to use this agent anywhere in a communication, all I can do is I can refer to this agent in any of the conversation which I am having internally in my own organization. And wherever I need to talk, I need to just simply make in a reference to this agent, or I need to place in the link for this agent on the environment. At any point, this agent has to be modified. What I need to do is just go to the agents, select in your agent and look for the 3 dots next to it. Or you can go to more agents, looking for your agent name, click on the 3 dots and edit. So this is where we are editing our own agent there. Which one? The agent that we have just now created, this one. So I see that this name is pretty long. I do not want to use this name. I'll say that simply Copilot security info. Okay. I want to change the icon. I can change it to something. Apply. So new icon is added, new data set is added, your agent got changed. Any changes you want to do, furthermore data sources you want to add, you can add in all of them in the same thing here. So that's how you can quickly create in an agent. So we got in the agent creation, we got in the document creation, we got the presentation creation, as well as we got in our own dashboard generation by simply using in the Copilot chat. And here is your revenue dashboard where you see in the different types of charts generated automatically. So these are some benefits that you can have in your Copilot when you are using in the Copilot license. The Copilot license facilitates you to do. You can generate presentations, you can talk, you can summarize your emails, you can get into the more details, creation the task, everything is here. Okay, so any queries or questions you have relevant to the things that we have discussed until now? Any query, questions, confusions, doubts? Yep, please ask your question. And let me allow the mic for everyone because we are having in a very small team here. So you can use your microphone also. Yes, for work IQ thing, you require in the pro license. In basic license, you will be able to create an agent, but you cannot share the agent. So if I want to create in an agent, then for the user who is creating the agent, that needs to have in the premium license there. And depends upon what is the license that you are using, the cost factor changes because if the base license is Microsoft Business Standard, then the Business Standard license will have a different costing. If in case it's a business premium, that's having a different costing. Enterprise E3 and E5 licenses, they have their own additional set of benefits. So we can use in these agents to be created in SharePoint also. We can have in the one-click agents creation. And there are so many things which the work IQ or the premium license facilitates. The typical license of Copilot per user comes up at around $30 per user per person per month. So that's approximately $360 a year per user, the premium license.
Okay, Vivek, thanks. So, Vivek, I have one question.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. So, let's say I have a business of my own.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. And in that business, the profile of the company is to find short-term resources for, certain customers who wants to
Mhm.
have cybersecurity or maybe L1, L2 level resources to be hired. So is
Mhm.
it possible that I can create an agent that will help me search on maybe LinkedIn or maybe on any internet, on the internet to find such resources for me?
Yes, you can. And when in case we are going into the Microsoft 365, even in the agents, if you have a paid license or if you have a paid subscription, then there are so many inbuilt agents already available. There are out-of-box agents already available that allows you to integrate with your most of the tools which are available in global scenarios. So these tools can be integrated with your environment, and with that, you can work on here. So there are various out-of-box tools available, as well as if in case we want to get in a tool created, yes, that tool also can be created. But what exact requirement that you have just now shared, that would require me rather than working with a declarative agent, we have to go to the platform of Copilot Studio or a little bit of Foundry integration where the agent can integrate with your LinkedIn API, the LinkedIn Business API. And from that LinkedIn Business API, Facebook Business API, Instagram Business API, and can allow you to search in for the resources there. So yes, that can be integrated. It can be API level integration, or the modern scenario what we deal up these days in terms of agents, that is the MCP servers. So if the respective
Okay.
provider gives us a MCP server, then we can allow our agent to talk to directly that MCP server and pull the information from there.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Any other questions? So if you like the session, we would request everyone to share your feedback and also leave in a comment if you would like to see any other session in detail, like maybe going in into the more detail upon the Copilot Studio, or going in more details about the Azure Foundry, agent creation in Azure Foundry, or agent creation in Copilot Studio. We would be happy to arrange in another session there. Any specific topic you wish to be discussed in a future session, do let us know. We are planning to have in another workshop on next Saturday, and we will do the topic accordingly there.
Sure, Vivek. Thank you.
We would love to have your feedbacks. Please do submit your feedbacks there.
Can you share this link in the chat, because I'm attending from mobile, so I cannot scan this QR code.
Okay, let me do. I've shared the link on chat. We will also share this session recording over our YouTube channel. So here's a link of our YouTube channel. If in case you want to spread the word, share it with your friends, colleagues, let them know about the kind of sessions that we are doing, and let them also benefit in future about the same.
Vivek,
Seems our
I've
presentation is pretty good. Yes, Mr. Arun, please ask a question.
Vivek, I saw this presentation and by far I've attended different type of presentations in many forums. By
Uh-huh.
far, this is one among the top three presentations that I've seen give at a basic level to this kind of an audience. So kudos to you, Vivek, for doing a great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please spread the word so that we can have in more such kind of sessions made available there. So this was our presentation that was generated by Copilot. based on the data that we collected, gathered, and yeah, that's good. We said a small three. Pretty good, pretty crisp. It is. Thank you so much for sparing this 90 minutes, spending the 90 minutes with us. Yep. We had a small set of team who has joined us, but definitely we are expecting in future we will have more and more numbers added on here. Thank you so much for giving your 90 minutes to us. If you have felt that this is good for you, please like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel. Please fill in our surveys and do let us know if in case we need to do anything in future or any specific topics where you would like to have in further more sessions there.
Okay, thanks, Vivek.
Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great evening ahead.